Buenos días y buenos a todos. Good morning and welcome. Welcome everyone to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shearer, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check our website, www.cslpv.org, and you'll find the link on the page where you find the replay of the weekly talks. Today is Sunday, January 19th, and we are continuing with our annual theme, Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. The topic for the month of January is Stretching into Possibility. And the topic for this week is It Flows. Once again, the suggested reading material for this month is The Science of Mind textbook by Dr. Ernest Holmes. So at this time, I'd like to once again welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Puerto Vallarta, whether you are watching the Zoom call live or watching the replay at a later time. So this year, we have a new year and a new opportunity to rewrite the life that you desire. Creating the life you desire. We teach a philosophy that honors all faith traditions. So whatever path you are on, know that it is the right one for you. And please know that everyone is welcome here. We value each and every one of you. Here we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind, a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom, where we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth. And as I mentioned, we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that exists within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts in order to create the science of mind. And when asked to provide a concise definition of the teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. Dr. Ernest Holmes was born January 21st, 1887, in Lincoln, Maine. And he grew up to become a New Thought writer, teacher, and leader. He developed the spiritual psychology, the science of mind, and in 1927, he founded the spiritual movement known as religious science. He was the author of numerous metaphysical books and the founder of Science of Mind magazine. The principles he taught as Science of Mind have inspired and influenced many generations of metaphysical students and teachers alike. So we celebrate him on his birthday this coming Tuesday. Each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message, and we offered the Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. and will, fingers crossed, resume our in-person meetings Sundays at 12 at Café La Ventana, the first Sunday in February. So no matter which service you attend, live or on Zoom, please join us afterwards to hang out for some great conversations with like-minded people and to enjoy a coffee or two. So as we do each week, let's review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week. and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. Our vision is creating the life you desire. This is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And more on all of these can be found on its own drop-down title on our website, www.cslpv.org. So now let's dive into the natural flow of abundance and goodness that surrounds us, always, at all times, in all places. Let's understand how aligning with this flow can bring ease and grace into our life, allowing our present life to be the access point for all this good. Dr. Ernest Holmes said this: "Spirit, which is the creative life principle, is forever flowing through us, but we have been given the power or right to impede or stop its progress in ourselves. We can tie a cord tightly around our arm and so inhibit the circulation of blood that congestion, stagnation, and infection will follow. In a like manner, through our thinking processes, our ideas and our convictions, we use the tourniquets of negative thoughts and block the flow of the creative life through us." So today, let's truly embrace the philosophy and the teaching of the science of mind. And therefore, we must understand how the law operates. And this requires more than just reading about it. We need to connect the dots. We must trace the effects in our lives to this source, our own mind and consciousness, or causation. By recognizing how this power moves from our inner thoughts to our outer experiences, we can better understand its impact. And this process of connecting our inner world to our outer results is essential for deepening our comprehension of the law. In this thing called life, Ernest Holmes wrote this: "How necessary it is not to attach our problems to divine mind, but to unite the divine mind with the answer to the problem. This means that we rearrange our thinking in such a way that we permit new ideas to flow in. The ideas, fears, and tensions that obstruct this flow are released. The stream flows free again. God is the answer to every human problem." So according to Dr. Ernest Holmes, it must pass through our consciousness to operate for us. And he writes this in the Science of Mind textbook on page 43. So you can read more about it there. But are we truly aware of how this law is working in our lives? Or are we oblivious to its influence? Our teaching encourages us to focus on the cause of our experiences. If we are rooted in love and possibility, that's what matters. However, there can often be a disconnect, a kind of spiritual bypass, where we acknowledge the oneness, but live out experiences to the contrary to this understanding. And by reflecting on the effects of our lives, we can gain insight into how we are engaging with the law. Co-creation is always in play. May we cultivate a powerful awareness of what we are actively co-creating. Holmes wrote this in The Science of Mind: that we must go to the way of the law is a fundamental tenet of this science, because nature obeys us as we first obey it, and our obedience to it is our acceptance of it. How much can we believe? As much as we can believe will be done unto us. So the law of mind and creation is accessible to everyone equally. However, those who understand this truth and consciously act upon it seem to experience the benefits more fully. Observe the people in your life who are successful, happy, and content. What do you think their attitude toward life and themselves is? And now consider those who frequently struggle, are often upset, or just generally unhappy. What do you think is their attitude towards themselves and the world? And now reflect on which group you most closely mirror. What is your attitude towards yourself and towards others? Is your outward expression one of contentment, peace, and joy and possibility? Or is it the opposite? The law flows through and empowers what we hold in our minds, our hearts, and our attitudes. So let's seize this power for a more fulfilling and vibrant life. Let me show you this little story. The composer and pianist Paderewski was giving a concert at Carnegie Hall, and a mother brought her young son to the event. A few minutes before the concert was to begin, while his mom was talking to a friend, the boy slipped away, made it to the stage, and sat upon the huge Steinway piano, where he began playing with one finger, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. When his mother saw her son on stage, she was mortified, but the audience quieted down and began listening. Amazingly, the house lights went down and a spotlight shone on the little boy. Then the great Paderewski himself walked up behind the boy and whispered to him to keep playing. Then the composer reached around the young lad and with one hand began filling in the bass notes. With his other hand, he played some running obligatos. The young upstart and grandmaster playing beautiful music together. That's how God is for us. Emmett Fox said this: whatever enters your life is but the material expression of some belief in your own mind. The body you have, the home you have, the work you do, people in your life are all conditioned by and corresponded to the deepest mental concepts you hold. Well, everyone will have different thoughts. Each thought has an effect. The thoughts that are most frequently multiplied and emphasized within an individual or group are the ones that manifest into their experiences, into their reality. This is how the law operates, bringing forth the most dominant thoughts into expression. Reflect on whether your most dominant thoughts each day are constructive or destructive. Are we consciously directing our thoughts towards positivity and growth? In her book, radical amazement, Judy Canado wrote this: even as we acknowledge that God is in all things, living in awareness and operating out of the attentiveness to that reality is another matter. If we do not cultivate attentive awareness, we will miss the divine presence springing forth all around us in unrestrained beauty and power. If we do not have moments of pause, we will be incapable of the long, loving looks that make us springs of beauty and power, who are forces of compassion and service in the world. Fostering a contemplative practice and perspective are critical components of co-creativity. And Confucius said this: the more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world. So in conclusion, the law is always in motion. And how is it moving through your words and actions? Look at your current life experience. Regardless of what your desire for the future is, what is your reality today? Is there harmony or discord, anger or joy, trust or skepticism, acceptance or repulsion? Can you connect the dots between your present experience and the sum of your thoughts? This practice demands patience and focus, but it is achievable. Trust in your ability to make these connections and approach your mind with kindness. This is not an opportunity for self-shaming, but a chance to awaken to your power and harness it for positive change. Let it flow. And I'll leave you with this quote from Ernest Holmes. As we gain the broader viewpoint, we shall see that life must contain two fundamental characteristics. We shall see that there is an infinite spirit operating through an infinite and immutable law. In this, cosmos, and not chaos, finds an external existence in reality. Love points the way, and law makes the way possible. And that brings us to our affirmation for the week. Divine nature flows as me, celebrating my highest good. And now it's time for our news and updates at our center. If you are interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we offer courses via Zoom as well as in person. So connect with me or check our website to find out the details. And let me know if there's a specific course, a workshop, or even a book study that you would be interested in taking so that we can plan dates for those as well. And if you would like a one-on-one connection for a spiritual mind treatment to assist you in whatever you are experiencing in life or would like to experience more of, please connect with me as well. If you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, as membership does renew annually, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please connect with us so that you can receive the current form. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And I've noticed that a lot of people have viewed our messages on YouTube, but forget to hit the like button. Please do this so that it activates the algorithms so that more people are able to get this message as well. And now is our time for mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless the financial gifts that you give today. Every donation is greatly appreciated, no matter the amount. Donations can be made using PayPal or Tithely through our website, www.cslpv.org. You'll find the donate buttons on both the landing page as well as on the page for the replay of the weekly talks. Alternatively, you can still send in a paper check by addressing them to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. And now please join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. Tomorrow is January 20th, the start of the period of peace and nonviolence, celebrating Dr. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So please join me in practicing peace today, tomorrow, and every day thereafter. May peace and love be with you. May you shine your light. Peace and blessings to all. Namaste.